This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and today's Thursday, October 19th. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. It's been a few days since I've been on, so we'll just kind of do some project work here. I started working in this book that I got from Johnny's Junk Journal shop. And I got inspired out of a Somerset magazine, and yeah, I've been working kind of on some Christmas things. Yeah, I've just got various things going on. I want to tell you all that I'm well. I had a doctor appointment on Monday, and that went as good as could be expected. I walked out of there, and I will say no surgery required yet. We're kind of monitoring things. I really liked my doctor. This was my first experience with them, and it went good. So I'm very happy about that. So hopefully I can get back to streaming again. I'm feeling good. I'm trying to get lots of sleep. I seem like I need my energy back, and I'm working on that. I'm working on bringing my blood pressure down and lowering my blood sugar. So, yeah, there we go. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, I'm glad to be back. I have a few things to take care of here. At first, I got some happy mail from Dee Dee, but let me get onto my tablet over here and welcome folks as they come in. I see I got 4 people watching, it says. So welcome. If you're up in the balcony, that's quite all right. I know it's early in the morning. It is early in the morning, so let me take this opportunity to set the quality up from 480 to 1080. I love that I can do that on my old tablet, set it clear up to 1080, but I can't do it on my phones, which are way newer. I don't know. I don't understand technology sometimes. So there you go. Let me set to live chat. There's Chaz. I'm doing good, Chaz. Thank you for asking. Hi, Pam. Good morning, Pam. It's good to see you. Good morning, good morning. And for those of you that are up in the balcony, good morning to you. And for those of you who watch the replay, thank you for doing that. And I want to talk about the replays for a minute. I don't expect you to sit and watch unless you're very interested or you're listening to it in the background every minute of a 4-hour replay. Take your liberty and use that little bar and zip through and see the different things that I work on, because I work on multiple projects in the stream, and sometimes I get sidetracked. A lot of the times I get sidetracked. Hi, Rhonda. Yes, I am. I'm feeling much better. I'm hoping to get back onto my streaming schedule. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be a nice weekend. So today is Thursday. The weekend's right around the corner. Our forecast here where I'm at in central Nebraska is for a very nice weekend. I want to get out, and we're still taking down the garden, which means, the corn stalks need to be taken down and cleaned up. I cleaned up the watermelon patch, found 2 watermelons. So I need to chop those up and not chop them up, cut them up. Watermelon's really good when it's cold, let me tell you. Time just flies, doesn't it, Rhonda? Yeah, Rhonda is Jinx. And Chaz is here, and Pam. And we've got 9 people up in the balcony. So, I left my last stream. I've been working on this book. This book, I got it from the Junk Journal shop, and she had got some books that were water damaged. And I got one, and if you can see here, right in here was where the water damage was. And I thought, well, let's just enhance it. So all of these, what you're seeing here is all Clorox. And in fact, this black sweater that I have on, I got it at the thrift store, and it had a spot. It's got a, see how I got the white trim here? Well, it's got white trim in the V-neck, kind of like a little attached Dixie. And had a spot on there, and I was using Clorox to remove that spot. Clorox and soap, laundry soap and Clorox, and it removed the spot, but I forgot. Some of it soaked through to the back. So the sleeves, and I just wear it around the house, but the back has got Clorox spots like this on this top. So, but it's a large one. It's larger than my size. It's extra large, so it covers my tush and everything, and I'm very comfortable in this. So I'm going to wear it around the house, spots and all. So, yep. So I've been working in this, and I think I'm going to take some pages out of this book. I got inspired by the Somerset magazine, this holiday issue right here. And they have a tree, they call it the town tree, I think, in here. Well, they do all sorts of trees here. This is barnwood. Where's the town tree? I'm going to do this too. This is a paper tree. And I got some, I don't have these cute little, I think she said when you read the article, she got these on some sort of a trip she was on, their little ceramic pots. But I got yogurt containers. And I was watching a DIY, and I've got to get the name of that lady and share it with you because she's a wonderful person to watch. But she has a texture, I don't know if it's salt or sand, that she adds to her paint to make it look like a cement pot. And I've got these little Yoplait yogurt containers. I've been eating more yogurt lately. You got to get my dairy, and yogurt's good for you. And you know, they're kind of this shape, like this, the Yoplait containers, and they kind of look like a tree. And I'm going to use some of that paint and paint it. And I want to do a tree, and this is done with a paper. These are paper. And this is a skewer in here. So I'm going to make a couple little tabletop trees. That's on my plate to do. Where's their town tree? And I want to do these Christmas cards. I love these Christmas cards, how they used scrap pages in the back, and then they used just a triangle Christmas tree. So I'm enjoying that. I want to do that. And I'm also want to do the old-fashioned Santa Clauses. I did one the other day. I missed the town tree here. Where's the tree that they made? This book is very inspirational. This is a Somerset holiday issue. I found it at, of all places, Walmart. And I usually don't find these magazines at Walmart, but every now and then, I find one in the oddest places. The oddest places. Well, I'm looking for the town tree. I missed it altogether, I guess. Let's see if I can find it in the index. This magazine has just inspired me, this issue, to do some Christmas stuff. Let's see. Woodland Winter, Paper Wonderland, Holiday Homemade, Meri Ormond's Christmas cards, potted paper trees. Town tree, page 118. So it was way toward the back. That's why I was missing it. 122, 120, 118. See, all they did was take an old book and fold those pages in. And so that's what I did here. And they colored or painted little mini town. And I kind of went to town, and this is our house. This looks very much like the house where I am now, and I cut out a star here, and look, that star is over here. I could do something. One more page. That star's right here. I could do something in there. And with these stars, I might do that. But by folding these pages like this, and boy, when my hands were just green after I did this. This is just a super tip. All of this is super tip. Except I'm thinking I want to paint my Santa a bright white. So there's my town tree. But the book, when it closes, of course, it alligators out. And, you know, I can tie this with a ribbon, but I think I will remove some pages. And Mina happened to be in here when I was doing this, and she said, do some carolers. And then I was, this is just a doodle that I did from a robe on St. Augustine, because this is all about St. Augustine, which is kind of interesting in a way. St. Augustine had a pretty wild life, and his mother prayed him to sainthood. Yes, this is his mother. And he's one of the well-known saints of the early Christian days. So this is all about St. Augustine. Very interesting, but I'm going to alter the book, kind of Christmassy. And then I was watching, who was I watching? Watching a video, and I saw where some people have taken old pictures, old Christmas pictures, and put in books like this. And I thought that might be fun to do. But for right now, this is what I have. So let me set this aside. I'm going to work on my old-fashioned Santies this morning, but I want to share with you Happy Mail that I got from Dee Dee Willingham. I had mentioned, let me take this out, I had mentioned that I couldn't find Christmas green crochet thread. And I looked online, and I found some green, and I actually did order it, and it's still on order. It's still yet to come, so I'm very curious. The description said green, and I have a feeling that it's more of an olive green, because when I look at the picture on Amazon, it looks tan. It looks tan, and so I tried to zoom in on it, and it looked purple. So I don't know if they just didn't have a picture of green, or if it was the camera, or if it's another color. I'm very curious. But I had mentioned in one of my streams that I could not find pretty crochet yarn that was a Christmas green. And who happened to be in there but Dee Dee Willingham. And I got a message from her showing the green, and here it is. And she got this at Hobby Lobby. This is Hobby Lobby's Artiste crochet thread, and she showed it to me, and I said, oh, I'm going to be up around Hobby Lobby on Monday. That's when I went to my doctor appointment. And I said, I'll pick some up. And she said, no, I ordered it for you. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. So I got two. I'm working on, I have one open that I'm working on. And then what's in here is tissue paper. Of course, she wrapped it up in pretty tissue paper that I can use in that book. So we might collage some of that in that book yet today. But thank you, Dee Dee Willingham, for the pretty Christmas green. Now let me show you what I'm doing. You guys know that I am into tatting now. I'm very much a beginner. I'm taking an online tatting class through a site. It's a web. They have both a web and a YouTube channel where they teach tatting online. Isn't this pretty? So I got some pretty green tissue paper to work with for Christmas. And but what I'm making, and I'm learning all sorts. This is called the online tatting class. And that's how you find it on YouTube, is the online tatting class. And what I kind of really like about this, that it is for all levels. And there are people in there who have tatted for years, and the things they make just astound me. Yeah, I'm a big beginner, and I'm still working on number 10 string. They work on 40 and 80 and 120 threads. And, you know, I did get some DMC number 12, which is thinner, between a 20 and a 30 probably up in there. It's a thinner thread, and I struggle with that. So I'm just taking my time, taking my skill level. And there is another book out, very well known among tatters, by a lady called Barbara Foster, Learn to Tat book. And that's what I started with before I knew about the online tatting classes. And I've kind of gone back and reviewed some of the things from her. I'm still learning from that book, Learn to Tat, Barbara Foster. But I'm also learning a lot from this class. And here's what I'm using this green for. I'm making little Christmas wreaths. And this is a very simple, very, very simple. Let me hold it up so you guys can see it. Let me put it. Ooh, should make some old Santa Clauses. And this takes me, it probably takes me, well, I want to say an hour. It would, if you were a fast tatter, you could do this lickety-split. It takes me a little longer. It takes me a couple hours to do this because I'm not a fast tatter, and I'm not a fast crafter. Let me stand up and hold this up too, so you guys can see it close up. So, and then this is from her pattern, the back of Barbara Foster's Learn to Tat book. And she takes a red ribbon and put through here. And I got some thin, I bought some thin red ribbon to put in there. And I want to make several of these for Christmas gifts. So we'll see how far I get to that. I'm not committing to anything yet. I'm just making them. And I'm not going to have a giveaway until, or anything like that, until I actually have them done. I'm learning my lesson with giveaways. I was thinking about that this morning, how sometimes they strangle me. I love to share my art, but I commit and I overcommit, and I have trouble meeting those commitments. So I'm going to cut way down on my giveaways because I just can't keep up with all my good intentions. Then we're learning 2-color tatting. And I followed one of their online tatting class of how to do, this is a how to do project, and I just did a chain of 2-color tatting. And this is very interesting because you tie the 2 threads together, and these are what they call true rings. They're done a little bit better, a little bit different than, they look like a regular tatting ring, but they're actually done in a different technique to where you need a lot of thread on your needle. And, sometimes I'm swimming in thread. And then this one is a candy cane, and it's very, very, this is done by a whole different technique, and it needs to be shaped. This is very much and let me shape this a little more. Maybe even if I set it down on here. It's not anything I'm proud of because I was trying to learn their way of doing it to where they have core thread on these. This white is all the core thread. It's all, it's the thread on the needle. The red is the thread going to the ball, and it's called the ball thread, and then the white is called the core thread. Well, on here with 2-color tatting, you keep your white, your rings are all core thread. See, those are all white on core thread. Well, here on this one, and this is a thinner, this is done with that size 12 thread. Not only is the thread smaller, which I'm challenged by, but also they changed the core thread each time for the different rings and the next chain. And my first 3 were okay, and I messed up here on the 4th one, and I never quite recovered. I did finish it off, and to the unexperienced eye, it looks fine. And, you know, I'll probably starch it up and use it. I'm going to put it in my tatting journal that I have yet to put together. But it's not anything I'm proud of. But I tried. And I attempted it, and I said, I'm not going to do anything like that again because it stresses me out. To me, tatting should be something very, and this was just a piece I was messing with. I tuck it in there. And, you know, to me, tatting should be very relaxing. When you're learning new things, you're not exactly relaxed. But doing those wreaths, did I put those wreaths back in here? Yeah. Doing these wreaths are pretty simple, chain and ring, and then you just tie them together in a circle. And, you know, I this is more my speed, and I can work several of these up, and I'm relaxed when I'm doing it. It's just something like crochet. It's not anything you really have to learn from, although I am learning. I'm learning a lot in that class. So there's my tatting, and I want to special thank you to Dee Dee for sending me this beautiful Christmas green crochet thread. So there's my spiel for today. Let me put these away. Thank you very much for the crochet thread, Dee Dee. I truly did appreciate it. And let me put this in here with it. And it's number 10 thread, which is for the experienced tatter is, you know, they, like I said, they use size 30, 40, 80 thread, which are very thin threads, and I'm not there yet. And I do not shadow tat. I do not shuttle tat. I'm still trying to learn to get that, what I call the glide, where if you watch those ladies who shuttle tat, the more experienced ladies, I mean, it just amazes me how they go zhoot, 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 and when you shuttle tat, you bring your shuttle under and over and over and under. And they have that movement down so much that you can't even tell whether they're going under or over, and they just glide back and forth and back and forth. And I go under, okay, grab it, put it over, okay, grab it, pull it, you know. And I don't have that beautiful shuttle tatting glide that I so much want to aspire to. But I'm working on it, and it'll probably take me a while. I'm more comfortable with the needle because I've crocheted. Let me refresh my chat and welcome everybody who's come in. I'm going to start down at the bottom with Stephanie G. Hi, Stephanie. She says, I'm glad you're doing well and that you like your doctor. Having a good doctor is everything. Yes, I totally agree, because I'll tell you, I was to 3 different dentists. The second one wasn't too bad. He was a young guy, but he was kind of hard to get to know, but yeah, you know, the first guy, I walked in there and there was another person in there and she wasn't happy, let me tell you. And that affected me. And then when I went in and had I just thought I had cavities and I was expecting filling them. He wanted to pull 9 of my teeth. And that was 2 years ago. I'm going, no, you're not going to pull my teeth. And so the next dentist I went to, which was the one who was the younger guy, he was okay. I just didn't jive with him, though. I mean, I wasn't uncomfortable, but I didn't feel that doctor-patient relationship, which is okay because I was really there for a second opinion. I didn't think that I had to have 9 of my teeth pulled. And I still don't think that. I got my teeth. I'm taking care of what I have. And then I went to another guy, and I would have stayed with the other ones, but I got dental insurance, and these other dentists were not in my, what do they call it, the provider group, the medical group. They were outside what the insurance, the insurance covers a certain group of doctors and dentists. And so I did find one fairly close to where I live. It's about 40, 50 miles away. But considering I'm in a rural area, that's sort of close. And my first experience was, I was adamant before I went in there. The very first thing out of my mouth was, "You're not going to pull any of my teeth." And, he still kind of tries to get me to go to an orthodontist. But I really, I have no pain. And I just don't think I need it. And I just don't want to go through all that. I told him once, I said, I don't have pain until I go to the doctor. I don't, my first couple meetings with him were not good. I mean, they weren't bad, but, I was kind of adamant that they're not going to pull my teeth just because I'm getting old. And, I'm thinking back to that very first one. It's been 2 years, and I can still chew with my teeth, and I have no pain. So, they see cavities in there, and they don't want to fill them. And that kind of bothers me. I used to go to the dentist, and they would fill your teeth. Now they just don't do fillings anymore, I guess, unless you're 8 years old. I don't know. And then, so I don't understand. But anyway, so my third dentist, the last time I was there was pretty good. He's getting to know me, and I'm getting to know him. And I got another dentist appointment next month. So how did I get off on Stephanie's? But this doctor that I went to, gynecologist, he was very easy to get along with. The very first time I met him, I can tell right away. They acknowledge you. They're just personable. And, it's probably a personality thing. But I liked him right away. And then I really liked him when he said, "Well, I delivered a baby this morning." He was telling me how much he enjoyed his job. He said, "I get to know," and this is it. He said, "I get to know the people who come in, and I get to know about their lives." And, he was telling me how he delivered this little baby this morning. I'm going, "Aw." So, I was very comfortable with him. And then when he told me he didn't think I needed surgery, he said, "Let's just monitor it, and see what prevails." And I haven't really been as sick as I was the day that my brother took me to the ER. That day that he took me to the ER, I was sick. I'll tell you. I probably, if I would not have gone, I probably would have fainted. My brother would have, because I was very lightheaded. I had nausea. I had pain, and it was like everything was out there, and very lightheaded. And they gave me fluids and pain medication and nausea medication, and took all my, put me on a blood pressure cuff. I had that thing on from the time I went in there, which was about 2:00, until I left, which was about 7. And every 15 minutes, that old blood pressure cuff would tighten on my arm, and And when I first went in there, my blood pressure was really high, very high. And she said, "Well, that's kind of to be expected, considering." And then by the time I left, it had lowered. But it's still not down to normal. And I think that's something that I'm working on. I'm going to order a home blood pressure cuff. I'm going to change my diet, the way I'm eating. I bypassed the potato chip aisle yesterday. I was so proud of myself. I'm cutting down on salt. I'm drinking more water. I'm eating yogurt. I'm trying to change my diet and get more exercise, and I need to bring my blood sugar down a little too. So those are the things I'm working on, Stephanie. Got me all off of my medical. But you know, I'm kind of glad that it happened, because I think it was meant to happen to alert me that if I don't take care of these things, they could get worse. And I certainly don't want that. So if you have those type of warning signals, don't ignore them. You know, take care of the little things like your diet. So, all right, let's go back down to chat and let me welcome folks in and get off of my medical issues. Rhonda says, Meri, just FYI, from what I've heard, don't get a wrist BP monitor. Yes, I've heard that too, Rhonda. No, this one fits a cuff that sits around you. You put it on above your elbow, like you would if you were at the doctor's office. And I'd heard that these other ones, I mean, they even have an app now in Google Play that you're supposed to be able to do it through your phone. And I don't really trust those either. But this one comes recommended. And you hook it around your arm, the same as, I don't think it has the little, you know, when they take your blood pressure at the doctor's office, they also kind of have a stethoscope type thing that they take your, you know, where they measure where the beating starts and stops. Now, I think when on these home monitors, they measure that without the little stethoscope thing. I don't know. I'll have to see. But I kind of researched it, and I'm comfortable with what I'm going to get. Chaz says, Rhonda, can you recommend one? I can't because it's on my phone up there. I'll leave that up to Rhonda if she wants to. Arlene said, I had a forearm cuff, and it was always giving me goofy readings. Really? A forearm? Does that mean above your elbow or in here? The electronic ones always show me as having high blood pressure. The handheld ones are a lot better. Yeah, I can't speak to the different kinds because I really don't know. I really don't know. I know what they say it is in the doctor's office, so I'll compare it to that, and if it's similar, then I'll just work on getting it down. Between the wrist and elbow. Oh. Yeah, no, this one that I'm getting is above the elbow, just like they put it on you in the doctor's office. Above your elbow, between your shoulder and your elbow. Yeah. That would give you goofy ones if you ask me. Becky says she's got a BP monitor from CVS. Now, I might consider that, see what they have. We don't have CVS. We have Walmart and Walgreens. But I think I'll get mine off of Amazon. And I'm getting one that's recommended, and I kind of researched it, and I'm kind of happy with it. Stephanie says, I have to tell the doc, use the handheld one, you will get a better reading. Now, I read one article where the doctor said this one that I'm getting makes a log. I mean, several of them do, but I think this one saves your readings for 60 days. So you can have a chart of up and down. But one article that I was reading says that the doctor pays more attention to the readings that you do at home because you're in an environment where you're not stressed. And he's, you know, the ones they do in the office now, my readings the other day, Monday, when I went in, he took my blood pressure, and it was high, but it wasn't way up there like it was that day I went into ER. When I went into ER, it was way up there. And this one was high, and he noted it as being high, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was medium high. Let's put it that way. And but considering I just drove 60, 70 miles to get there in traffic, and then when I got to traffic, I had to find the doctor's office, and so then I had about an hour in between where I went to Hobby Lobby, and I'll show you what I got. I'd been to Hobby Lobby a week or so before, though, couple weeks before, where I didn't get this at Hobby Lobby, but so I really didn't get a whole lot at Hobby Lobby. But, then I had to find my way back to the doctor's office. So just being in those stressful new environments to where you're looking for things, that's going to automatically. But I do think I have a high blood pressure. So I'm gonna monitor it here at home, and I'm gonna change my diet. Like I said, I'm not gonna eat so much salt. I'm cutting down on my salt. I'm trying to eat more potassium, and I bought a whole bunch of bananas yesterday. We went shopping yesterday. That's why I wasn't in your stream, Becky. I come home and go, oh, Becky streamed. But my brother needed some things, and I needed some things. I was going to get them Monday when I went to the doctor, but by the time I got up there, found his office and went to my appointment, by the time I got out of there, it was 5:30. It was too late, and I was tired, and my blood pressure was probably, higher than normal. I just wanted to go home. I was hungry. I hadn't eaten all day. I sure didn't feel like shopping. So we went yesterday. Oh, okay. Stephanie said, right, Paula, I have to shop for the good stuff. Paula says, getting items at Hobby Lobby could help a lot. Or rather, yeah, that's right. Going shopping really made the whole experience bearable. Chaz says, Meri, is there a rural nurse service we have here in Aussie-land? And for the Outback, we have flying doctor service. Well, I'm sure we don't have flying doctor services, but I imagine like we have the I think it's called Mid-Plains agency service, where they probably have, but yeah, I could probably find a nurse who would come here. But I want to do this daily, but that is a good point. That is a good point. Now, my brother is a veteran, and, I'll tell you, we're really impressed with the veterans service here in Nebraska. I and my brother even does. We like how they treat their veterans here. They're very respectful. And I've been down here in Nebraska for 7 years now, and they help him in any way they can, and he could get somebody to come in and mow the lawn and help us clean the house and all that, but we kind of like to do some of that stuff ourselves. We aren't incapacitated, that we don't use that service, but and in fact, he's got a major physical exam veterans coming up here in about a week. That we'll be going back up to Hobby Lobby. Although I wish I could find more Tim Holtz Christmas stuff. I did get some Tim Holtz things, but I wish I could find more of it at Hobby Lobby. What I find at Hobby Lobby are, just the run-of-the-mill Tim Holtz, his die cuts and his inks and, various things like that, if I want the latest and greatest, I have to go online, which I guess is kind of to be expected. All right, let's see what else is going on. So good morning to Paula and Chaz and Becky. Becky said she gets her BP monitor from CVS. Chaz, just make sure you get the kind that's similar to the doctor. I would get the old-fashioned handheld one. They're talking about BP monitors. Yeah, they're saying don't get the kind. There's different kinds of BP. You know, your pulses. You got a really good pulse right in here, and that's probably what they monitor. But I don't. You know, you can get a good reading on your pulse in here, and you're supposed to use your. You know, you notice the nurses and the doctors when they take their pulse will use their fingers. If you use your thumb, you have a pulse in your thumb. You can get a false, you know, using your thumb to take your pulse. I guess you can get a good reading, but I've always learned to use your fingers to take your pulse. So they didn't take my pulse. They took my blood pressure. Okay, what else is going on? Yeah, I think I'm caught up with chat because I'm back up to where Rhonda says don't get a wrist BP monitor. Becky popped in, says good morning. Paula Loves Art is here. Arlene is here. Stitch It Pam. Oh, there's Raul. Hi, Raul out there. Good morning, Mr. Reynolds. It's good to see you. And Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Arlene says, let's see. Kimberly says, go rest and take it easy, Arlene. Arlene says, hi, y'all. Been here. I'm just not moving good today. Yeah. And Kimberly says, just rest and take it easy. Arlene, if you need to leave at any time, you leave. Don't feel like you have to be here. But if you want to be here, any of you want to be here, you're certainly welcome. And I thank you for sharing your morning with me. So, talking about morning, thank you again to Dee Dee for the wonderful happy mail. I'm going to be tatting. I'm going to be making Christmas wreaths. It's October. Forget Inktober. That got messed up royally. So I won't be doing any more Inktober. But if you want to follow Inktober, Dee Dee Willingham, yeah, she's knocking it out of the ballpark again this year. I'll bet she's got Inktober going back several years. Well, I know she does. And every year, man, I'll tell you, she knocks it out of the water. We love our Dee Dee Willingham. I get the first couple down and I'm done. So, what do I want to do this morning? I think I want to work on old-fashioned Santa Clauses. And what I'm getting inspired by are these in here. This has certainly been, if you see this Somerset Holiday issue, or if you can get your hands on it somehow, it's certainly inspirational to me, at least this year. And they have an article in here about recreating old world holiday, and these are German cotton batting Santas. And I'm doing my faces. Now I probably will cut these out and put them on a stronger paper. Look at ink came through there. He's as cute on the back as he is the front. In fact, he probably looks better on the back. He looks a little angry here, but they're kind of, the old-fashioned Santas are not lovey-dovey Santas. They're Father Christmases. And I did do a search for, and if you look for the old-fashioned postcards, see if I can find the old-fashioned postcards. I just did a Google search for Father Christmas postcards. You're going to get a lot of the old-fashioned ones, where if you just want faces, like this one is a well-known Father Christmas. In fact, I might do him now. So I want to do several of these. What I'm starting out doing are the dolls. So let's just work off of this. Whoops. Jump that can. Something fell. I don't think I can. I have to go to the site. Let's just visit the site. This one is from DataViz blog. DataViz is art. 25 vintage Santa postcards. Something's falling. I don't know what's falling over there. most of you don't know it, but I'm a vintage Santa Claus collector. I cannot explain why or how, but I've always felt looking at photos of the vintage Santa Clauses was like drinking hot cocoa on a cold winter day. It warms you up inside. So here's one here, but that one doesn't really, I want the one, well, let's do this one. And I'm just using this as inspiration for his face. And I hope that's okay, because they're old postcards anyway, so. So, let me zoom in, if I can. I've been having trouble doing the zooms on this camera. The chat gets in the way. Yeah, let me position this a little bit better. How's that? Wiggly? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right. Arlene says, my home care nurse has a fancy blood pressure thingy that takes my pulse and blood pressure and respiration all at the same time. Becky says, I'm trying to get woke up a bit better. We had a tough time getting up this year. Well, you're getting up earlier in the morning, aren't you? Becky is doing a fall journal. I'm missing out on it this year, but I'll pick up. She's also done these cute little hearts. She shows how to make a magic crochet ring, and she does these cute little hearts. I need to follow Becky more. Becky does a lot of projects that you can work along with. I probably won't do the fall journal, but we'll see what she does next. I'll try to get back into Becky projects. I like to work along with Becky. So I'm just going to sketch his head. Let's start with, well, let's bring it down a little. Let's start with his eyebrows here. And I'm just kind of sketching in black first. And let's give him some puffy eyebrows. Yeah, these are his eyebrows. And then his fur cap comes almost down to his eyebrows. And don't expect it to look exactly like him. Let's see, I think it kind of comes more like that. And then his eyes come into here. And you can't really see the eyes. They're just kind of dark shapes there. And his nose comes out this way. And oops, mine might be longer. Santa, you got a big nose. And yeah. And so he's got hair coming out and a little bit of his beard there. And another eye. Kind of really can't see much of his eyes. And then he has the cheekbones, the high cheekbone, and his mustache. You get a mustache on there and he starts looking more like Santa Claus. And then his hair kind of comes down this way. And like that. And he really has more of a cheek in there. And then he's got this furry cap that comes around his head here. So if I can do now, this one's a little bit larger. I really want them smaller because I'm making dolls. I'm going to make Santa Claus dolls. This one will be a larger doll. Because his head is larger. I don't do very well drawing small faces. To me, they always look cartoonish. But I did okay on him after I painted him up. And you don't need much. I used the watercolors here. That's watercolor. And I think I used some white acrylic on the beard. So let's put his hat. Now his hat just kind of comes up into a point. or a fold there. And then his hair kind of comes out this way, goes around his ear there. And then his beard comes down. And you can kind of see lines in here for the mouth, but not too much. It's just all a black line. And then he's got his beard coming out, which covers his chest. But like I said, this one will probably be a larger doll because there you go. And there you go. I'm not going to belabor it. And let's put some water. I've been using this. I don't know if I'll be on the whole time this morning. Sometimes I think I want to leave earlier and I end up doing stuff. And I need to go upstairs and find some of my Christmas books. Let me just spray some water in here. I'm spraying water in from my sprayer into my water cup there. And go upstairs and find some of my Christmas books to get some images, some that I can tear up to put in that altered book there. So I'm using this Prima complexion set. A couple years ago, I had gotten a $25 gift certificate from Meri too. I have a sheet that goes in here from Meri too. And I got this, I happened to be at Hobby Lobby and I saw this and I said, that's what I'm going to spend my $25 gift certificate from. So every time I use this, whenever you guys send me stuff, I like to get things that will last me a long time. And every time I use it, I think of you. So there we go. Meri too, thank you very much for your gift certificate. I didn't get a whole lot of water in there, but let me spritz my watercolor a little here. And I don't see any red in here. This is more complexion. So I have this set that I got. Now this is not my original set. But my original set of watercolor that I did my urban sketching was a Winsor Newton Cotterman set. And then this is student grade. It's not their professional, but it works. And I see the red in there. So let's start out. And what I'm mostly concerned with is the face. So let's start out with a little complexion. And I've been using right off of the lid here from my other, and whoops, what happened to him? Was that the one I was doing? No, I was doing another one. No, I don't know what I did here. He went away. Let's go back. It was this one. No, it wasn't that one. He was facing this way. I lost him. I lost Santa Claus. Well, I guess I'll just use my imagination because I think I went in on this one. Did I go down? Oh, I visited the site, I think. We'll find him again. Is that it? I think this is it. There. I'm just using him as inspiration. And I was getting some, I didn't spray any water in the lid. And I really need more of a pinky color, so let's grab some red up here and put in there. And the other thing I got, I don't have it set up. I applied coupons to Amazon coupons, and I got some an overhead light that I can clamp and have shine down on my work. You guys see the light pretty good, but it's not, I don't like my lighting, especially early in the morning. I have a hard time seeing what I'm doing here. And let's put some of this red in here. Now, I don't like his nose, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Put some of this in there. And you don't need a lot. You just don't need a whole lot. Let's go for some of this, maybe this fleshy tone here. Now, on this Santa, you don't see a whole lot of his eyes. Got more red in there. Which kind of give him a little red tone. I don't need a whole lot. Don't need a whole lot. And I need a towel. So we're all thinking about fall and Christmas. Becky is doing a wonderful fall journal. I'm missing out on it this year. I did her spring journal with her, it was about a year or so ago, and I really enjoyed that. She's doing a fall one this year. Let's go for some of this red up here on his hat. And of course, you know, he's got red going on down in here that it will be cotton batting. Let's go for the darker red. You aren't seeing where I'm reaching up above, but it's a darker red. More of a reddish maroon, darker red in here. In fact, it could have a little bit of browns in there, a little darker in here. All right, now the white, I'm going to pour more water in there. The white I was using, I just painted out of the lid. Let me pour more water in here. I don't have enough water. This out of my way. The white, I just used acrylic, and I used it right out of the cap here. So I don't need a whole lot. It'd be fun to make some Santa Claus bobby pin embellishments. I might do that. And let's just... Now the white is going to have a little gray mixed into it to make his beard stand out. So maybe while this is still wet, I'll put some gray tones in there. Or brownish gray, let's see. Grab some up here. Just kind of give it some shadowing. And around his mustache. It's amazing what a little of that will do. Can grab some of it. Let's put some more white up here. And he comes to life. I think he's got a kinder face than my other one does. Grab some more of that gray. Put it up in here. So today is Thursday. I think Paint Girly, Lori Paint Girly will be on. I think that's about all I'm going to do with him. I don't have to, I want smaller faces. But yeah, he's okay. He looks older here. I got a younger Santa Claus. And I could work on the back, but over here, but he's wet, so I'm just going to set him up here. I've been working on scrap paper, cut-off paper, and I think I'll go, this is a little shorter. I think I'll use that because it'll force me to make smaller faces. So, let's find another Santa. And, they all kind of look alike in a way. This one's a little different. I like this guy. And I know these are very well-known old postcards. Let's see if I can do him. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just using them as inspiration. Now he's got a brown, he's a Father Christmas because he doesn't have a red suit. He's got a brown suit with holly leaves. So I'll be using that white paint again. And I'm just using my Sharpie pen. And the face will be much smaller. Let me get that out of the way. Penelope, move you. And let's start with the hood. Up here, kind of comes around like so. Usually I start with the eyes, but I'm going to see if I start with the hood, if that will force me to do smaller work. And you can see his eyebrow. Here's where the forehead is. So the eyebrow would be right about in here, I believe. And then the other one coming off over this way a little. And then he's got these holly leaves. As a kind of a decorative crown. I'll bet you he didn't wear holly leaves on his hood like that. Somebody put them on there to look pretty. Oh, he might have. I just can't imagine Santa Claus wearing this wreath of holly leaves around his head. Unless he was going to a function of some sort. And his hood does not have a big point to it. It kind of comes down like that. And then this holly leaves comes down this way, kind of off to the side there. And then the hat itself has more of a curve to it, the hood. And it kind of poofs out here. But you can see more of this guy's eyes. If you zoom in, you can see his eyes, and I don't know if I can do the eyes that small. And I always kind of mess up on the nose. Let's start the nose right about here. Just put a little line and a nostril. And let's put the beard, the mustache in. That might help me a little more. The little mushy stash in. And that his beard kind of comes down around his face, and this one kind of defined by the mustache, and his face kind of comes down like that. Now I think I got a rounder face in there, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Now, I don't know about the eyes. I'm using a Sharpie fine point, but still, I wish I could zoom in on my paper like you can on the camera. Because you need very, very tiny eyes. I'm just going to leave it like that. And I don't know. I don't like the shape of that cheek in there, but I can't really change it at this point. I think I'll bring the hood down like that. And then he's got his mustache actually comes way down into his, and I'll just put some, it kind of falls into the beard. And then he's got his beard coming way. I seem to be making younger Santa Clauses. Maybe if I put some bags under his eyes. I don't like to mess with the eyes too much. He's got some twinkle in his eye. Maybe that'll help. Kind of got a little bag on it under his eye. And his nose there. And I'm not going to put any lines on this side of his nose. I'll try to do that with the watercolor shadowing. And then he's got his beard coming out down this way. And it's a fluffy beard. And it'll come way down here because I'm running out of room. Well, that's pretty good, I guess. I'm not going to belabor it because if you look at some of those old-fashioned, let's see if I can find them on in my history. Public domain old-fashioned Santas. Father Christmas. I thought I typed in. Let's do a search on, well, let's go back and open up a new tab. On, I think I did cotton, let's see, cotton batting, cotton, Father Christmas. I think I did. Christmas ornaments. And if you look at some of these images, let's go to images, you'll see that they are not, they're kind of primitive in a way because they're done with, well, not all of them are primitive. This one, of course, that's a newer one, but these, you know, these are way newer. But if you look at the authentic ones, they're kind of primitive Santa Claus dolls. They're not beautiful like what you see on the postcards. Let's look at this one. See, let's visit this site. This is from Pinterest Ariel, A-R-I-E-L, and I'm not sure that she got, but if you look at this Santa, let me go in here. See, well, he's okay, but he's kind of primitive in a way. And all of these are kind of, they're not, well, these, let's look at this one here. They're not, I think mine are just as good as this one. They're not beautiful, beautiful illustrations, because some of these are probably felted too. They're using cotton batting for the, yeah. Let's go back. Let's see if I can get some off of here. Find one I like. I like them off of the postcards. Here's one that's pretty decent. Let's visit. This one is from Etsy. Pinterest. It doesn't say who. Where was I here? Let's see if I can. Let's do an image search. Oh, I have to log in? No, there we go. Visual search. See, they're all over the place here. Look at this one. That one's kind of primitive. He's kind of cute, though. He's got He's got glasses on. But I want to do some paper ones. Paper and cotton batting ornaments just to hang on the tree. And I'm just getting inspirations. Let's go back one. I guess I was interested in him. He's I kind of like that. Now, I won't do all of the, I'm just more interested in the face. And that seems to go away on me. Let's do that right here. So this is more of a acorn shape. Here, his face is like an acorn. So, and I want to keep it small. So let's go over and let's see. Let's start right about here with the hat line. And bring it out a little because he's got hair in here. He's got hair. He's got hair. He's got curly white hair. And he's got curly hair. And his hat kind of comes down like so. He's got some curly white hair. And he's got a big old white bushy eyebrow in here. And I'm just kind of dotting the eyebrows in. Whoops, might be a little close together there. And then his nose comes in here. And I'm not good with noses. I'm not good with small faces. And you can really see his eyes there. And let's see if I can get them in tiny. Of course, I'm going to go back in with paint, so let's put this one over a little. Alright, I think I'm fairly happy with it. Let's put some bags under his eyes because that seems to make him older. And I'm not going to put the shadow. The shadow really defines his eye areas up in here. He's got a high cheekbone that I've already messed up. Let's come down like that. Put his nose maybe in like that. And like that. Another high cheekbone. And this one, here's his beard. His mustache here kind of curves up. Like that. And then, you know, he's got this big white fluffy, big white fluffy hat. coming around up this way. And look, see, I got his face larger too. It's hard for me to get really tiny with the faces. And you can really see his lip. You can see his bottom lip really good here. So let's just kind of put a bottom lip in there. And, you know, he's got mustache, beard and mustache under this. Come back out. Kind of hard to tell where the hat ends and the beard begins here. And he's got his coat wrapped around him. He's got his hood. This is all hood in here. And all hood in there. So his mustache and his beard kind of fall off into here. And this is all pointy hat in here. And it kind of comes up. And this will probably get covered up with cotton batting in there. So all I'm really interested in is the face. So his coat kind of comes around like that. All right, let's put some color on these faces. And I'm going to have to kind of imagine that one because I got away from him. And see, he has more of a skin tone in here. So let's go for the peachy color right here. Not peachy, but tan. And let's start right in here. And let's just kind of give that whole face a light color. And even his lip a little so I don't forget it. And then, I don't need much color on here. Let's go for this darker. We might give him a little more red color on my Santa. Just to cheer him up a little. Down in here. Might be too much. Yeah. So I'm not too worried. I'm going to give him blue eyes. I'm not too worried that my Santas are, because once they're hanging up on the tree, unless you go up close to them and really look at them, you're not going to say, oh, you don't have enough color on his face or anything like that. You're going to say, oh, there's an old-fashioned Santa doll. And I'm using, you can see I'm grabbing for color that I've mixed on my lid and I let it dry. I'm going to kind of give his eyes more definition, maybe more so than here, because he is going to be hanging. So hopefully he will be. Now let's go for the white. Well, before we do that, let's go. I made him younger. I don't know if I can age him or not. This is a younger Santa Claus. You don't need much color. You don't need much pigment on here, just to add some tones in there. You don't need a whole lot. Let's give him some. I'm running out of that reddish color down in here. Now this one had a brown hood on. Whoops. No, I think I'll leave that. All right, let's go for some brown here for his hood. Let's bring it down this way. And let's put some, I'll probably cut that off, but for now we'll just put some brown tones in there to set it off. And let's see, if I use a little of this darker brown, it might age him a little. If I can get a hold of it. The more lines you put on a face, the older they look. A young child's face, you don't want to put a lot of lines on there. In fact, let's go for a darker red here. Let's give him a lip in there. And his blue eyes kind of faded on me. We'll put a twinkle in there when we get to the white. All right, and let's give him some green. I did buy some green. I went back the second time I went to Hobby Lobby to see if I could find any more of this Academy. This is Grumbacher here. Is it all Grumbacher? These Academies are Grumbacher. So they're a student grade paint. But I found more of a green than a phthalo green. Let me squeeze that right in here, if I can. Squeeze some of that out. Now it's coming out good. But I don't mind using that for things like this. You know, I'm not a watercolor artist where I'm going to worry if my paints have gradation or blah, 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 blah. Now this looks almost like a phthalo green to me, but we'll go ahead and use it. It kind of is Christmassy. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Now this has a lot of white on it. So let's go to my white, and I might mix a little of that gray in with them. So I'm mostly just interested in the faces for my Santa Clauses. I've got 5 of them here. And I'll mix some gray in that. Let me get some white. I might have to shake my paint into my lid a little more. Give him some hair up in here. Get his eyebrows. Did I put eyebrows? Yeah, I guess I did. Some eyebrows in there. Now, let's grab some of that gray color. I'm grabbing off of my watercolors here. And I'm almost out of gray, so let's see if I can mix some. That's green. That isn't what I want. I don't think I have a pure black. I've got a Payne's gray. But that's okay because I'm going to make it gray anyway. I got a white. Mix some white in there. There we go. I'll put some gray tones in here the same way. Kind of defines it a little. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, these are going to be hanging up on the tree, so you'll just kind of see them. Now let's go back, and I'm going to get some more. When I work out of the cap on my paper like this, it gets kind of messy up there. But I just kind of shake some paint down into the lid. And yeah, I got some in there. Boy, I'll tell you, I'm wanting to put these on bobby pins in the worst way. Let's put... This guy is all white. See how that changes? The color really does change on them when you add the paint and the watercolor. Kind of brings them to life, and then his whole hood up here is white. I bought some crochet thread that has sparkles in it, and I'm learning how to I'm learning how, and it's very easy. I should show you how to do the Jacqueline tatting, and you could do that probably on a crochet hook. And you can make icicles, is what I'm saying. I should run in there and get that stuff and show you. Maybe I will later. What time is it? It's only 7:30. See how that changed his whole? He looks a little bit more like Santa Claus. He's not smiling. He doesn't have a smile. But these old-fashioned Santa Clauses, they're kind of content. They aren't smiley, smiley. Let's grab some of this gray and give him some definition in here. And you don't have to be perfect about it. It's kind of what I like, because, you know, this is just for my art anyway. And he really has more of a gray tone in here to separate the hood from the beard and the mustache. Kind of comes down this way and up this way. All right, and like I said, this will probably all be cotton batting, hopefully, once I get the dolls made. Now this is, I'm just doing this on copy paper. This is just a cream colored copy paper. And I'll probably put these on a stronger paper when I cut them out to make the dolls themselves. All right, I think I'll stop on him. I kind of got a hair, the hair going into the eyebrow there. I'll bring that eyebrow down a little. More like that. There. And let's give him a little bit more of a red lip. And let's see if we can't. Some shadowing in here. I think I'm going to stop on him. Let's do another one. I'm having fun doing these. Let's look at chat. Welcome to everybody who's come in. I appreciate you spending a Thursday morning with me. Don't forget, this is Thursday, so I think Lori Paint Girly will be on at 9 Central, 10. And make copies for the bobby pins. What a great idea, Becky. What a great idea. Becky says, make copies for the bobby pin embellishments. I will do that. That's an excellent idea. Yeah. Thank you for throwing that out there. Hi, Kitty Jen. Good morning. Stacy Catitude. Now, I did see her on, but she had posted, I think it was either on YouTube or on Facebook, I can't remember where I saw her post, that her husband, or her significant other, I guess she said, is finding some heart issues or some sort of health issues. I don't know if it's the heart or the brain, but he's got some health issues, so she's kind of tending to that. So she said if she's on, it will be sporadic. And kind of Lisa Conway, too. So keep both of those in your hearts and prayers. These health issues get in the way of our fun, don't they? Yeah. Let's see. Kitty Jen. Roy. Good morning, Roy. He's got PP. What does that mean? Hi, Penny. Is he saying good morning to Penny? Penny Pudge. Good morning, Penny, and welcome in. A quick hello. I love your watercolor. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm having fun. See, he's kind of a stern Santa Claus, but he's got kind of a kind, stern face, doesn't he? Okay. Kitty Jen is here, says, is Meri making these for cards or something else? I'm making them for, yeah, thank you, Arlene, for ornaments. I got inspired by this article in the Somerset Magazine holiday issue, and I found this of all places at Walmart. I usually don't find Somerset at Walmart, and this was the only one, and it was sitting on an end cap right by the cashier. And I'm going, oh, thank you. But they have old-fashioned cotton batting Santas in here. Can you see these? Am I holding it up right? See? The old-fashioned Santa Clauses. And this is what inspired me to do this. So there's where I knew about these before. I mean, these are well-known ornaments. Let's see. Hi, Arlene. Crafty Jen says, what interesting things have you been making? And Arlene says, Jen, last week was Bible journaling conference, and this week is Bible classes. So I've been working in my Bible journals, most not to be shared. I want to do more Bible journaling. It's hard to share your faith online because you don't want to push your faith off on somebody else, but yet you want to share it. So I'm not liking this area right in here. I feel like maybe I need some gray. And I don't know what Arlene meant by not to be shared, whether it was just personal stuff or, you know, sometimes it's hard to sometimes people get offended by your expressing your faith. Other people don't. It's just but I've done Bible journaling before, but I don't do a whole lot of it on my channel. I should do more, especially around Christmas, because for a person of faith, Christmas is all about the birth of Christ. So, but that's what Arlene's been up to. Let's see, what else is going on? Roy is here. Roy says, tell me about it, Meri. Oh, I have to show you what I got at Hobby Lobby, don't I? Teresa, good morning, Teresa. Now, talk about somebody who shares a faith. There's Teresa. Teresa lost her husband, what, about a year ago, Teresa? And she's been coping with that lately. Hugs to you, Teresa. We'll keep you in our prayers. Paula, have a good weekend. I think Paula had to leave. Aw, thank you, Teresa. She says, these Santa dolls are going to be so cute. I like Becky's suggestion. I got 4 faces here. Becky says, copy them for the bobby pin embellishments. What a great idea. See, you guys, you just inspire me so much. I get kind of large on the faces here because I'm still trying to do the smaller. I really want smaller ones. I've got 2 small ones and 2 large ones. This one's really small. This is about probably the size I want. And if you just look at his head, these 2 are probably about the same. This one's a little bit larger, but I have all the hood and everything around him. So I want more this size and this size. I'm getting a little large on these. I'll work on them. I can get 1 more on here. Let's see what else is going on. Who am I missing? Roy is in. Paula says, I have to go and get ready for the day. I will catch up to see what you draw and color. Kitty Jen's here. Roy popped in. I missed where he came in at, but Roy Bootsy Sweethearts is here. Penny Pudge, welcome, welcome. Becky says, if you want to share it, perhaps put it in the title so those not interested can pass it by. That's an excellent. Becky has a lot of excellent suggestions. Yeah, if you want to share, like your Bible journaling, you know, make sure that people know from the title that that's where you're going with your sharing. Prayers and faith art, Arlene says, I only share faith art in private faith group and never share about my prayer pages. Yeah, prayer pages, you know, I've gotten so I am comfortable. Like if somebody in our group is facing major issues, I'm comfortable praying for them out loud because I really do believe that even if people listening to my streams don't have a faith, they're sending out good thoughts. And I really believe in group. You know, the Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in the midst of them. And I really believe that group prayer is effective. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to have a good outcome every time, but at least, you know, and there's so much to pray for. I mean, just generally, we've got this war going on over in the Mideast. And, you know, both sides need prayer. I don't even want to, you know, I don't want to take sides because, you know, you think, and it's usually the people like you and me who can't control what's going on around us, you know, and then you've got these militant groups getting in there and on both sides. And, you know, the world needs our prayers. And not only the war, there's earthquakes, like I think, well, not too long ago, Afghanistan had a major earthquake. And even locally, there's a lot to pray for. I pray for our Nebraska senators, you know, because they make the laws here. And there's several things coming up in our voting that really need prayer. And usually I pray thy will be done. You know, it's hard not to take sides according to what you believe, and it's okay. But I try to keep my prayers being, God, you're smart, you know, and I just pray thy will be done, even that it may not be my will, but it's God's will, and sometimes God's will is it's very interesting because you don't know where he's going with it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Arlene dropped the link to Becky's channel and to Roy's channel and to Teresa's channel. Thank you, Arlene. We appreciate all those links. Now, Arlene, if you're not feeling well, I don't want you to feel like you have to stay because, you know, I don't want you to... Arlene is a night owl. Let's see if I can find another old-fashioned Santee here. I'm looking on Pinterest, or it took me to Pinterest. Let's go back one more. That's a macrame one. That's interesting. See, some of these are very folk artish and very, you know, I don't call them, you know, they're decorations. They're okay, but they're not, you know, things like this are not what I'm going for. Now, this is what I call a primitive one. You know, it's very primitive, and that's okay. And this one's kind of primitive too, but it's more of a newer Santee. Let's look at this one. So here's a Santa cotton ornament. See, look how he's done. Let's see if we can find some more here. I think this one, see these old-fashioned, let's visit this site. Hopefully they don't mind. It's on Etsy. It looks like it's a foreign site. But look at him. Isn't he cool? Let's do him. And see, he's got cotton batting around here, and then he's got that trim. Now, I wouldn't call this is very probably vintage, because you would not probably see this on an authentic German ornament, because this looks like bling to me. I mean, that would be my reaction. And this too. I could be fooled though, but I like the face. And look, he almost looks like, he does not look like a happy guy. He's stern. Father Christmases are stern in a way. They don't have that holly jolly face. Let's do him. I like him a lot. Let's sketch him out here. And put my cap back on my paint so I don't. And I'm going to try to stay smaller. Whoops. It'd help if I'd open up my pen. Arlene rocks! Yes, she does, Roy. All right, let's try to stay smaller. If I put the hat in here, like so. All right, now let's bring it up and around his head. All right, I guess I'm kind of happy with that. And he's got, if you look, he's got a lot of lines on his forehead. And let's see if I can, the smaller faces kind of throw me, I have to say. I'm not good at doing small, tiny faces. And he's got some lines in here that I'll put in with color, I think. And you can see his eyes. You can see his eyes very well. So let's see if I can put those in. Nose and another eye. And mine probably look pretty primitive too. Now, this is the hood, and he's got a straighter nose. He's got a straighter nose coming down more like that. And it has kind of a little lumpy bump up there. And I truthfully think this hood comes more like that. And then he's got the cheekbone. here, and then you start with the mustache, and that's where I start getting a more of a Santa Claus look in here. And you can kind of see a lip going on in there, but the beard comes there. And then he's got a cheek, his cheekbone comes more like that, and kind of down and up like that. So, let's come out a little. His beard, and in here, his beard is, see how defined this is around in here? That's the cotton batting. So he's kind of tucked into the shirt there. So I'm just going to bring his beard down like so, and we'll see how I do it eventually. And I don't really like the hat. He comes up, he's kind of got a fold like that. I mean, I like his hat, I don't really like mine. Kind of comes down more, maybe a little bit more out this way. And then he's got some hair coming along in here. And then he's all white. He's got white cotton batting around him. And I'm not sure I'm happy with him, but let's put some color on him. And usually when I put color on him, they start coming alive. I'm going to start with the hat. Let's put some of that darker red in there. Right around in here. And I'm going to mix a little bit of brown with that. It gets even darker. Well, I gotta go to some brown. No, it's not what I want, I guess. Bring that down a little. Now, let's go with some of this. You're not seeing all my watercolor because I can't show you everything. I'm working out of both the Winsor Newton palette and the Prima complexion palette. And he's got definite pinkish tones in there. On his cheeks. And under his eyes in here. All up in here. I'll come back and give those some more. Let's give, I like this fleshy tone color here. Now, let's go some more of that reddish. Let's take some of this red and mix it in here with some of this brownish color. More of the brown. The more lines you put on him, the older he'll look. My towel. Let's go back to some more of this peachy color. Whoops. I'll come back in on his eye. I just kind of want to blend some of this in. Now he's got brown eyes, but I'm liking my blue-eyed Santas. You can't tell me those old-fashioned Santas didn't have blue eyes. I'll bet you some of them did. I need to put twinkles in some of these. I'll add a little bit of brown in there. Now let's go to a darker. Yeah. I don't know if that's the color I want, but I need more of this. This palette here does not have a white, and I do like my whites because I like to tone some of this down. I like it as a mixture, and of course, you know, white on the beard and all of that. Let's see what I wanted, some reddish tones in here again. Oops. Well, we got it there. Needs to be white again. I kind of messed up his eyes. I don't know if I can get a twinkle in there or not. All right, let's go for some more of this red up here now that this is dried. Deep red. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm relatively happy. I feel like I need to go back in and do some pen work, but let's do that. On his eyes here, I kind of leave him alone. He's put some white on him. The white seems to help a lot, I think. Oh, I need to do the mouth area. Let's give him some little wisps of hair up here. And let's give him some eyebrows. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe a little bit more bushy. And I honestly think his eyes are darker. We can't put some brown in there. And this area. Yeah, I'm not getting it. I thought I spritzed these, but I may not have spritzed them all that good. Just a little, sometimes just the faintest definition really changes it. And let's put some of that gray in there before it totally dries on me. And his beard. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave him. I think he's, whoops, I thought that was the water. I think I'm going to leave him. He's got white. Well, I can put white up in here to kind of tell myself that this is the cotton batting in here. He's in a white coat. I need to wipe this out because I put acrylic up there and that will dry. And let me wipe this out. I put white acrylic on there and I didn't want acrylic, I wanted watercolor. I'll remix some grays here. That's more of a bluish Payne's gray. Let's put some white in there. A little bit more white there. And I'm going to leave this guy alone. I think he's kind of where I want him. So I've got 5 now. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. I'm kind of tired of doing Santa Clauses. I can do so much. Then I have to move on and do something else. So let's move on. I'll work on these again. I'd like to get 5 more and then I think I'll stop. I love that Becky said make copies of them for the bobby pin embellishment. I think that is such an excellent idea. Becky said, somebody needs coffee. Who said that? Arlene needs coffee. Let me refresh my chat. Hold on, let me put this phone back over here in its safe spot. And let's put these up here for a moment and I'll get my Santa Clauses back out. I want to look at chat. Okay. Jen says, you could make a whole zine of Santas. Yes, you could. A zine would be 8 of them. That would be fun, wouldn't it? This one, as I look at it in the on the tablet, his eye is a little, may need to be closed up a little. I'm going to leave it alone though, because I get messing with them and then I mess them up. He is what he is, what he is. Let's see. My cat fell asleep on my bed like a good little boy cat, Jen says. Let's see, what did Becky say? She said something. She says, I have to go run a few errands, but the cats will be listening. Hi, Howie. Hi, Tippy. Hi, Callie. Aw. And little Bernadette. Becky, I was listening to her one time, and she said Bernadette is over in her box sleeping. I'm going, oh, Bernadette. We don't see too much of Bernadette anymore. It's Becky's little dog. Becky's running errands. Jen says, how interesting, Arlene, that you thought of coffee. I'm making coffee too. I'm limiting myself to 1 cup of, well, it's a 12-ounce cup of coffee, but I have it in the morning and I sip on it, and I try not to drink the whole cup. Like I had some this morning before I came in here, and then I'll sip on it throughout the day, and that way I don't guzzle it down and then go get another 12-ounce cup of coffee. 12-ounce, 32 ounces of coffee is way too much. Way too much coffee. So I'm trying to cut back on my coffee too. Oh, let's see what else is going on. She says, you're making me blush. What are you blushing about? Oh, they're thanking her. Arlene rocks. Arlene put in links to Becky, Roy, and Teresa's channel. I wonder when and why Santa became jolly. I really think that Thomas Nast's N-A-S-T did that famous illustration of the big old fat Santa, and then the Coca-Cola Santas are jolly. And I think that's when there might be a few jolly old Santas, but I think our version of Santa Claus kind of comes off of that Thomas Nast Santa, and then Coca-Cola started dressing him in red and giving him that big puffy rosy cheeks and big beard, and that's my impression of when Santa became jolly. Probably I would say maybe in the late 1800s, early 1900s, maybe even a little bit later than that. And then of course in the 1950s you get all these 1950s Santa Clauses, you know, like the vintage Santa Clauses. Let's see, Becky says, oh yeah, okay. I'm reading old. Becky says, to make copies for bobby pins. I really like that idea. I'm going to stop on that for a bit. And let's look at these. I started making these bobby pin embellishments of little dolls, little Tim Holtz bobby pin embellishment dolls, but I'm thinking they need some color. Don't you think so? And, you know, they're bobby pin embellishments, and I put them on this wax paper because I used glossy accent to glue them down with, and it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. It's stuck to I didn't want them to stick to each other, but once you get them off, they're fine. And this one stuck to the back of this. If I can, oh, I guess she's in there. And this one's come off all together. So it's kind of hard to get these to stay on. These are doing fine. These are ladies here. These are little boys. And this is a little boy. And this one was a little girl. Well, there were two of them here. So I'm going to try with the glossy accent again. You can see I have a line there. And I don't know. These seem pretty sturdy on here. I think I had to re-glue these too. And I put 2 bobby pins on there because there are 2 of them. But they go back in fine. And I only used one here. So that's fine. Oops, gotta watch the feet. Maybe if I do it this way. Whoops, got her foot. Come on. This one's going to be hard to get on there, but once you get it on, there we go. Once you get it going, her feet got in the way. There we go. And this one, let's turn this one around. And I'm going to add some color and then cheer them up a little. I want them Christmassy. They're going to be for Christmas. And then I'll do the backs. I'll glue these little girls on the back here. On the back of these ladies. I don't know, this one's too large. I could put the little kids. I got two large ladies. I don't need them. And I got two little boys. Two little girls and two little boys. I guess I'll use these two. And these could be another set. I could put them back to back. But what I had to do here is I took my pen and colored the back of them. I think I did that on all of these. So let's start and let's do that with these. And that will take me. I like to work on different things. I like to work on different things. And see, I tried, well, this one has, and you see where the bobby pin was there, where the glossy accent was. And I tried just that ink, that walnut ink on the back, and it didn't color it very well. I have this pen I think I'm using. There. And let's just color the back of these. I should get out my owls and work on them, but I have to tell you guys, I'm not inspired. I have to, when I do my art, I kind of have to be in the mood for what I'm working on. And I'm sure that's that way for a lot of you. And I get hung up when I know I have to get something done and I don't feel like doing it. I get hung up. And I'm sure you guys are the same way. Some of you are probably very disciplined, though. When you need to get something done, you probably sit and do it. All right, there's two of them. These are kind of cool, just like that. Just with the shadow on the back. It'd be fun to make some silhouettes. Just trace out some silhouettes. Maybe I'll do that. That would be fun to do. Let's try that. Hold on. Let me finish this. You get double your money for the... especially these smaller ones. And then you just cut color around here. All right. Let's see what I can do here. We got some black paper down here somewhere. Oops, I'm going to have to do this one better. Hold on. It's hard to see until I get it on the black and I can see where I missed the stuff. See, right there. Let's color that edge a little bit more. And this, I missed this one altogether. That's a little better. Now, let's see which one of my white pens are working. Yeah, I think that'll work, maybe. And let's just put it like this. These out of the way for a minute. Can't see her feet very well, but well, my white pen is one of these pens is good and the other one's not. I should just throw that away. Where's the other one? I'm looking. I don't really want to open up another package, but I might have to. I got a package of white pens for my tatting journal at Hobby Lobby. It cost me $4. These are Sakura, but these are Sakura too, and that one I think I'll just toss it. I don't keep this stuff around too much. Sakura is a pretty good brand, but I never have too much luck with white pens, period. This is a new one. I'm not too happy with them. No, we'll use it. I want to cut a silhouette. Can't see where I'm going. I need that lamp. I bought a lamp, an overhead lamp. Now it's flowing a little better. Alrighty, I'm pretty happy with that. We're just going to play with this. I don't know how these are gonna, where I think I'm going to use them, but I like the idea of doing silhouettes out of them. Might be nice for a Halloween page. Can't see her feet. I'm only going to do 3 because these are the 3 I have out. I need a little boy. Do I have another? I have these 2 little ones. Do I have one little boy? Well, let me finish what I'm doing. I think I used a lot of my little boys. I bought some mini ones. Are these the mini ones? They might be. I remember I was looking for little boys. I was looking for little boys. I have trouble with the lighting, seeing where I'm going here. My hands make a shadow. All right, let's cut these out for the fun of it, if I can find my scissors. Now this pen, I'm going to put over here by my tape. That might be where my other one is. Looks like it. Let's put it on this side. All right. And my little scissors. Where did my little scissors go off to? Watercolor. Let's see them. I've got the stand. I don't know what I did with my little scissors. I'm looking. I might have to use the big ones. Why I can't keep track of things. I don't see them. Penelope, what did I do with my scissors? Maybe they went over the cliff. I don't know. I usually have that little pair of black handled scissors in here. I sure don't see them. That frustrates me. All right. I don't want my characters to go over the cliff. Well, we'll just use the larger ones, I guess. Sorry about that. I had to stop and do a search. I don't like using these larger scissors for... I had that little pair. I wonder if they fell on the floor. I don't see them. Sure. Growl. I'll use these. They're a little smaller. I cannot keep track of my little scissors. I have a pair that that you use for my tatting, and these are a little smaller. I'll use these. I'm hard on my art supplies. I wonder if I put them in the drawer. I don't see them. Nope. let's just fussy cut these. And I'm not worried about the white line showing because I'm going to look at the back. If I get the white line, fine. If I don't, fine. I'm just doing little silhouettes off of these Tim Holtz paper dolls. Maybe I'll put these in that book. I want to take you guys down and show you the scarecrows on our light posts. Every fall they do these scarecrows down on Main Street, our big Main Street. But at least it's a little spirit of fall season. Harvest season is in full force. All the farmers are out cutting their corn and all their crops. Big old grain trucks, big old piles of corn at the grain bins. That's what you have here in Nebraska come September and October. Not so much in November. By November, it's pretty much all over with. It's kind of a seasonal thing around here. It's kind of nice to see in a way. You know, we went shopping yesterday. My goodness, the big old train truck, grain trucks. They don't have these little old farm trucks anymore. They're big old semis. You know, and I should have a piece of white paper so you guys can see better what I'm doing. There. Cutting out these from the silhouettes from the Tim Holtz paper dolls, the little ones. You could do this with different kinds of paper too, like book text paper. That would be fun to do. There's one. See, on this lighter paper, it really shows up. Let's turn it over. And this is something anybody can do. I mean, this doesn't take a whole lot of talent. I just traced around the paper doll, the Tim Holtz. I love his, I have to show you what I got. Maybe I'll do that next. I love Tim Holtz ephemera. You know, I appreciate when I pay $6, $7, $8, and that's what I did yesterday, or the day before, Monday, when I went to the doctor's office. That's what I did because they didn't have a sale on Tim Holtz. Usually they'll have, even Hobby Lobby was having sales, but I'm so disappointed that they got rid of a lot of their die cuts. A lot of things that I enjoy, they get rid of. I guess I wasn't buying enough. And they put in a lot of their store brand stuff, which is okay. I would buy their store brand, but I don't go to Hobby Lobby just for their brand. And that kind of disappoints me that they did that. But they probably have their marketing reasons. You know, you can get plenty of Paper Studio stuff there, but try to find Graphic 45 at Hobby Lobby. Or even some of the Tim Holtz, they still have some Tim Holtz stuff, but it's generally, it's not the newest, latest, and greatest Tim Holtz. It's not too bad, but they must not, I don't know why they don't get the seasonal stuff in when you need it. I don't know if they just don't order it or if they can't order it or what's going on there, but I don't go to Hobby Lobby as much as I used to, just simply because they got rid of their, you go back into where their art journals are, And I used to be able to get Strathmore art journals and leather-bound art journals, and now you get Master Touch, which is not a nice grade of paper. It's not bad, but I'm kind of disappointed with what they did with their art journaling stuff. You get all these color books, which I don't mind if you like to color, but I don't color. I don't know. I guess they have their reasons, and even their yarns. All their yarns, Yarn Bee yarns, which I do use. And I saw Becky, one of her videos, she was showing where when she caked her yarn, she mixed 2 different yarns together when she was caking it. And I was thinking with that Yarn Bee yarn that I have that you get on sale, it's a thinner yarn. So I was thinking of maybe caking some of that together. I did get a pretty good deal on their yarn the last time. I think I showed you guys. Not this time, but see, I can't get in there with these big scissors. Come on. Well, it's not perfect, but I'm going to turn it over anyway. So I'm kind of disappointed in what Hobby Lobby's been doing with what they put on the shelf. Kind of. I still shop there. Mainly because it's the biggest craft store in our area. If I want to go to Michael's or even Joann's now, I'd have to go to Lincoln. And that's a 100-mile trip for me, one way. And it's just not enjoyable. I'm tired by the time I get there. Yakety yak, yak, yak. I'm not complaining. But I used to never buy on Amazon. I can remember how I resisted buying on Amazon. Now, it's the best place to get stuff I want because I can't find it retail. Whoops, I kind of cut into that. Can't see where I'm going with these scissors. To find my smaller scissors. And this, I'm not going to worry about the white lines here because I'm going to turn it over. Just about done here. Cut this area out. Can't get in there like I'd like to. Oh, there went my chat. Be good. I can't see you. I'm gonna have to refresh it. It just completely goes away. What I have here. A little pointy toe. There. Okay, I kind of like that. That's all we're going to do for that. fun. That's a good way to get use out of your paper dolls. All right, now let's put, you know, these could actually go on the back of these. This would be a good way to do this. But I'm actually, let me take this off now. I want to save this paper. Bring this back down. I don't know if I used her. I don't think I used her. Let's get the black ones out of the way for now. And this one, and maybe I did use her. All right, hold on. Got more than I bargained for here. All right. So what I want to do, I want to shear these up a little. I don't know if I want to, let's start with these ladies. And I don't think watercolor will do it. Let's grab some red. Red. And let me just grab a paper here. This is just a folded paper. Let me get my chat back. See what's going on out there. Hi, Dar. Welcome in. Hi, Dana. It's good to see both of you. Dar and Dana, welcome in. Penny, Kitty Jen. Oh, there goes the phone. I'm just going to let it ring. What time is it? It's 8:30. I only have a half an hour here. Listen to that phone ring. Let's see, who else is here I can welcome in? Jen, Arlene, discipline. I don't know that word. Arlene says, I have low blood pressure and use a small cup, so I don't worry too much about the coffee. Well, I'm glad you have low blood pressure, Arlene. That's a good thing. If you could make covers on your zine, you would only need 6 Santas, Arlene says. Oh, they're telling me, I did, for those of you who just came in, I was doing Santa faces this morning. I did 4 of them this morning. I only had 1 done. And I'm going to do 10 of them. I'm going to make cotton batting dolls. And there's Becky, I want to make bobby pin embellishments too. And Becky said, just copy them for, and that's what I'm going to do. After I get 10 of them done, I'm going to run copies. Now they're telling me I need to make a Santa zine. I could actually do that with copies too. Yeah. We'll see. Santa zine. Okay. So what I want is just a little red paint here. And I'm going to kind of water it down a little. We don't want bright red. I mean, we don't want it, we want to wash. And I got my water over here, so just let me, what that is, throw that away. And let me just, I just want to cheer, well, maybe some darker red might. And I don't know how their dresses go here. Where's my towel? Where's my towel? I had it here and I threw it off. it's hard to see on these smaller paper dolls exactly where their dress goes. I'm going to give her a sleeve. Some looks like she's holding on to something there. I don't know what. And there's, this punches out. There's some punches in there. I gotta punch them out. Now, whoops. Let's give this little guy let's give him some red slacks here. Kind of blot it out a little. And we can give him a red coat too. I'm meaning this for Christmas embellishment. He's got a hat. And I'm just kind of putting some tones in there. Light tones. I don't want it a bright red. Just kind of toning it in there. He's got a hat here. So I think I want them a little bit darker. Some water. Hard for me to see exactly how high that neckline goes. And then there's a punch out here that I didn't get punched out. I'll take it off, and maybe I can do that with a pen. They don't have to be perfect. They're just bobby pin embellishments for my art journal. I'm going to give him some more red though. And see, these are pretty dark. They're pretty dark, so the red paint on there isn't gonna, it's not gonna be a bright red, which is okay with me. He's actually got striped socks on here. Alrighty, I'm good. Almost good. Let's put some defining definitions in here, maybe. Around their waist, I can't see what's going on around their waist. I gave her a sleeve. I don't think she has a sleeve, but she's got one now. All right, we'll leave that be. What time is it? 8:42. Put this away. I tore a page out of this book. Let's go back to these black, because these have to dry a little. Put it back up here. Let's take these silhouette ones. And let's take some orange. Did I buy orange? I didn't buy any orange. I meant to get some orange. What do I have here? I got this Martha Stewart pearl. It's more of a pink. What color do they call this? Plaid Enterprises. Martha Stewart. Where's the color? Tiger Lily. Let's see what color it is. Might be okay. Yeah, that's all right. We'll use that. And let's get a brush. A brushy brush. I don't want a watercolor brush. Let's use this one. We're not going to brush the silhouette. I'm going to brush the page. These little guys out of the way. I'm just having fun. I'm just really kind of playing. I'm just kind of playing. This is a pearl. Martha Stewart pearl Tiger Lily. Let's fold this open. I've had this paint for a long time. It needs to be used up. Still pretty good paint though. Some So I still want my text to show, even though this is Thomas à Kempis' Imitation of Christ, was in that book that I Cloroxed. Not that that's just what I got when I ordered from Johnny. It was a damaged book. She knew they were damaged, and she was selling them as altered books to alter. And that seems to be what I'm doing here. It's got a... Alrighty. And my heat gun is not plugged in. It's a little damp. It's not too bad. I'm zoomed in too. Let's just glue these down. And my other paper dolls up above there. Kind of make an autumn fall. I feel like some leaves on there would be nice. Let's get out the fine art glitter glue. Gifted to me by, look, I did not put the needle back on this. I bet you I can't get any out. Yeah, it's gonna be a hard... Yeah, I did not put the needle back in it. See, this is what you don't want to do. I don't know. They sent extra caps with this. I bet you I have to get it out. Don't do this. I got in a hurry and I set it up above, and then when I put it away, I forgot that I still had the needle down here. I don't know if I can get this cleaned out or not. Oh, there it goes. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Don't do that. Put it away, Meri, when you're done with it. Right up here at the top is where it's sticking. I don't want to pull too much on the head pin because it will pull it right off. Yeah, it's right up here at the top. All right, let's see if I can get anything out of this. Yay! Yay! This was gifted to me by Laura Vasquez, and Little Red Wagon sent me some refills. And when I use this stuff, I like to credit you because you're so kind to send it to me. You're so kind. All right, let's just put her down. Let's put her down here. Come on. I didn't set you down that long. should be good. I'll put them like this together as a little grouping. I need a nice fall quote to put on this. Something with kids. First chat. Hi, Nina. She said she can't stay. She popped in to say hi. I'll watch when I get back this afternoon. Hugs and blessings, everyone. She's probably already gone. Hi, Kimberly. Did I say good morning to you this morning? Doris here. Let's see. I have about a little less than 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and put the cap back on here, the needle in here before I forget. And let's see what I want to do with this. That's a simple page. Let's see. Let's look for, get rid of my notifications. Hold on. Today's forecast is going to be 79 and sunny here. Let's look for autumn quotes. 70 best fall quotes. Beautiful sayings about autumn. Let's check that out. Shall we? Fall has always been my favorite season. Love the trees until their leaves fall off, then encourage them to advertisement. I got out of it. Come on. Well, I'm not going to fool around with you if you're going to do that. There they come. Love the trees until their leaves fall off, then encourage them to try again next year. Sweater weather. How would they do that? Sweater weather is better together. Kind of like that. I could put sweaters on them. Autumn is the hardest season. Fall colors are funny. The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from the sea with a rollicking song. The autumn is old. The sere leaves are flying. He hath gathered up gold, and now he's dying. Oh. Let's pumpkin spice things up a bit. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's an unknown quote. Let's pumpkin spice things up a bit. What do you use to mend a jack-o'-lantern? A pumpkin patch. If I were a bird, I'd fly across about the earth thinking successive autumns. George Eliot said that. Kind of like that. It's like going back to school. You know, autumn time for Harry Potter. Oh my gourd, we have plenty. My favorite color is October. I'll do that one. My favorite color is October. Let's just write that on here. I don't have much time left. If I can write over this pearl paint, I don't know. And I'm just going to do it in my handwriting. My glorified handwriting. My favorite let's bring this down a little. My favorite color is October. run into her head there. Uh-oh. I run out of space. There we go. Now let's just do a I don't do these good. A curly Q. My favorite color is October, and I'm not happy. So I put some doodles on here. This is just fun play. I just wanted to see how these little Tim Holtz paper dolls would look as silhouettes. And it's 8:58. So I want to thank you all for coming. I think Paint Girly, Lori Paint Girly is on next. You might check for Stacy Catitude. I don't know if she'll be on today or not. Usually in the afternoon, Tanya and Lisa come on, but Tanya, I think, is vacationing in the Northeast, and Lisa is taking care of her stepfather, so she's sporadically on. So there we go, and I worked on paper dolls today. I'll just show those. And I worked on my old-fashioned Santa Clauses. I can't get them all on my thumbnail. I think I'll do these as my thumbnail. So have a really good day. Don't forget Beth Schuler comes on tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. And Friday morning, I may or may not be on. We'll see how tired I am. I've been trying to get to bed earlier and getting more sleep. So it's a good chance I might be on tomorrow morning. If you do not see me on by 6:15, you know I'm not coming on. But I will be on tomorrow night at 7:30 in the evening. Lori is going to make a sock doll. Oh, that's fun. Thank you, Kimberly, for dropping a link to the channels. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Goodbye, Kimberly. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for dropping in. Have a great day. And I will see you possibly tomorrow morning and definitely tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. And I'm going to try to work on my owls tomorrow. I want to get those done so I can get them sent out. Bye.